Well, 13th of February it is, wherever you're watching from East Africa and around the world. This is Citizen News at 1. I'm Johnson Mokazi. Well, today seems not to be a very pleasant day for one Mary Wambui. The Court of Appeal sitting in Nyeri County has nullified the election of Othaya Member of Parliament, Mary Wambui. Justice Al-Nasir Visran, Martha Koome and Otieno Odek ruled that her election as Othaya MP was marred with numerous errors and was not free and fair as stipulated in law. The petition challenging a High Court ruling was filed by Peter Kingara, a GNU candidate in the last general election, who had complained that the High Court failed to order for a recount of votes in the March 4th polls.
We want whatever things are. God is there. We trust in God. We don't trust in money.
It restores my faith in the judiciary. I've been a lawyer now for the 23 years, and I was feeling, is this what I've been fighting for? That even in my own case, justice will not be done.
Now, the government may be forced to lay off some of the civil servants found to be unproductive in efforts to reduce the high wage bill. The Salaries and Remuneration Commission will soon set up a framework to measure productivity in the public service. The task force, which was set up to evaluate the wage bill, is expected in the next 3 months to have come up with ways of containing the high number of allowances given to public servants, which, according to a report, is at times 100% that of the basic salary.
The high public wage bill now threatens to grind Kenya's economy to a halt, already pushing away investors who are running away from the high labor costs. According to a report released by the Kenya Institute of Public Policy and Research, while the private sector has always been deemed to be the better employer, public servants are drawing salaries incomparable to those in the private sector. All this despite their productivity being at almost below 10%.
The biggest in terms of ratio of public wage bill, 1, are the Teacher Service Commission. 2, is the civil service, including the armed forces. 3, are county governments. 4, are parastatals.
And apart from the ghost workers and the high numbers of employees, the high allowances in the public sector have contributed largely in shooting up the wage bill.
It's an area that is really biting. If you look at the ratio of allowances to basic pay, in some instances, the allowances are almost 100% or more than 100% of the basic pay. So we are looking at that as a way forward.
While the suggestion by Deputy President William Ruto to reduce the number of civil servants was received with uproar, the chair of the commission contends this could be the best way forward, measuring the productivity of every employee against their salary.
Are our numbers realistic? Are we over-bloated in terms of looking at the establishment of human resource? Those are some of the things that productivity will also bring on fall. Because if you're talking of, yes, we would have been productive, but we have numbers that are doing nothing, then of essence, that will need to be addressed.
We are now working on the allowances, and we have a task team working on it with that 3 months period. And the terms of reference are that within the 3 months, they must have come up with the way forward, either consolidating some allowances, abolishing them, or advising on how to consolidate them within the pay system.
The high wage bill and the unproductivity in the public sector has also been attributed to the pushing of the retirement age from 55 to 60 years. Esther Kahumbi, Citizen at 1.
Now, Nyeri County Assembly members will have access to a 5 million shilling package, inclusive of a car loan and mortgage, if the loans and mortgage bill, which they passed, is assented into law.
We have successfully recruited essential assembly staff.
On their first day of resumption after a long recess, members of the Nyeri County Assembly made the bill which seeks to award each of the 33 members a 3 million shillings mortgage and a 2 million shillings car loan payable at an interest of 3% a priority. These, however, will only happen if the bill is assented to law by Governor Nderitu Gachagua. In their contributions, the House members said the bill was long overdue as the MCAs needed the vehicles to move around the county with ease and attend House sessions on time.
We are supposed to make our wards develop. We cannot develop when we are not moving. We have no ways to move to our people. When projects are being done, there is no way you can reach there if you don't have the right vehicle to do that.
I want to even ask the governor not to assent to this particular bill, because when we members should get this, it should not come at this time, but should come after being able to do our rounds. We have been able to put drugs in our hospitals.
Other ward leaders felt that the package was not enough.
Watu wa bunge walipatiwa hii pesa, nyuma ikawa ni grant. Na kubona sisi tulipishwe hiyo pesa. Na bona tuambie tunalipa. Na sisi tunatumikia raia.
The proposed bill covers part of the increments that members of the county assemblies were granted by the Salaries and Remuneration Commission last year.